Where are you from? Give me that skateboard. Dude, man. Sit down.
What the heck?
Sit down!
Dude,
Sit down, I'm not a dude!
I'm calling.
This badge and my department. You understand me? When I'm talking to you, you shut your mouth. And the sooner you learn that, the longer you're gonna live in this world. Because you go around doing this kind of stuff, somebody's gonna kill you.
What's going on, everybody? Hope y'all had a good 4th of July. And this cop right here is probably one of the worst I've ever seen. He was fired after this incident, thankfully. And I'm going to point out how far the Police Officers Association is willing to go to defend cops like this. This guy's a bully. He thinks it's okay to assault children. I wouldn't want him working the streets where I live, that's for sure. This guy's name is Officer Rivieri. He's a former Baltimore police officer. And he doesn't see anything wrong with this. But the dad of the child did. And I'm going to show you a timeline of events of what happened with this situation. Be sure to smash that thumbs up. And let me know what you think in the comments.
Don't get defensive with me, son. Because you spend some time in juvenile. You're not allowed to ride your skateboards down here. Nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
That's why I asked you if you have the thing on. Don't get defensive with me. You backtalk me. I'm not your father. You hear me? I'm not your father. You give that attitude to your father. You give it to me, I'll smack you upside your head.
So the little boy says he couldn't hear what the officer was saying. And immediately after, Officer Rivieri here starts threatening him. And he's about to go hands-on with him. But this officer right here, he's a maniac. This is somebody you do not want to let around your kids.
I don't have a father.
Shut your mouth, I'm talking.
Eric, shut up, dude.
Where are you from?
Dude, I didn't do anything.
Where are you from?
Nowhere.
Give me that skateboard.
Dude, man.
Sit down.
What the heck?
Sit down!
Dude,
Sit down, I'm not a dude!
I'm calling.
Eric, sit down.
You're damn right you're calling your mother.
Dude, don't take my skateboard. I didn't do anything, dude.
You call me dude one more time. Are you from the county or something?
No, I didn't even do anything. I didn't hear you.
Hey, let's go.
Where are you from? I'd like to talk to him.
I didn't even do anything. I didn't hear
First of all, you disrespected me, this badge, and my department. You understand me? When I'm talking to you, you shut your mouth and you listen. Obviously, your parents don't put a foot in your butt quite enough because you don't understand the meaning of respect. First of all, you better learn how to speak. I'm not man, I'm not dude. I am Officer Rivieri. Now, the sooner you learn that, the longer you're going to live in this world. Because you go around doing this kind of stuff, somebody's going to kill you.
So the officer tells the boy that if he don't speak the way he wants him to, then he was basically going to have him unalived and threatens his life. And what's even more shocking beyond this is that Internal Affairs in this area and the Police Officers Association thinks this is completely fine.
How old are you? 14.
Your number
Sit down.
78267.
Did you not just hear me? Son, what is your problem? Do you go to school and give your teacher this kind of lip and backtalk your teacher? Then what makes you think you can come and do it to a police officer? Stop calling me dude. A dude is somebody who works on a ranch. Your friends got brains in their head. They know when to shut their mouth. You just keep flapping. Now, what's your name? Eric what? Speak up. Where do you live, Eric Bush? What's your address? What is it? Is your mother home? You want to call her so I can talk to her? And I'll explain to her what the problem is? You got that camera on? If I find myself on...
Now, guys, that's where the video abruptly ends. It appears as though the officer, he wants to be the only one to be able to explain what happened. He don't really like the video being used, I guess, or he wouldn't have said something to the boy filming it, which, by the way, was a violation of his First Amendment rights. He does have a right to film. And here's what happened after this video had surfaced.
Sit down, I'm not a dude! You're damn right you're calling your mother.
The officer who gained national attention following this video is now speaking about his recent firing from the Baltimore Police Department. Last week, the department fired Officer Rivieri, creating an uproar. Over the weekend, Salvatore Rivieri spoke about the incident and says much more happened that day than the video shows. 11 News reporter Lowell Meltzer is live at City Police Headquarters. He has more on this story for us. Lowell?
Yeah, right off the bat, Rivieri says that he holds no ill will towards Eric Bush and his parents, despite what his father had to say about him on the radio. He says he appreciates the outpouring of support that he's been receiving from the community and actually hopes to someday get his job back.
Commissioner Bielfeld's decision to fire me has devastated me and my family.
Officer Salvatore Rivieri appearing on WBAL AM's The Kendall Ehrlich Show Saturday, finally breaking his media silence since Commissioner Fred Bielfeld overruled a police trial board's recommended 6-day without pay suspension and elected to fire Rivieri. All of it stemming from this infamous YouTube video of a confrontation with then 14-year-old Eric Bush at the Inner Harbor.
Sit down, I'm not a dude!
Rivieri said Saturday the YouTube video is misleading. It does not show several important events leading up to and after the confrontation.
It doesn't show my initial contact with Eric Bush and his friends. We were on the steps of the Science Center, Maryland Science Center, where they were told by me that skateboarding is prohibited by law. The video doesn't show me handing him back his skateboard, shaking his hand, nor does it show my phone conversation with his mother, where she was told of the incident and advised that if Eric left the area, he would not be arrested. At that time, I didn't feel that giving Eric a juvenile arrest record for skateboarding just because he was showing off for his friends was the thing to do.
Rivieri said he does not hold any hard feelings towards Bush and his family, even with Bush's father Roy speaking out on radio Thursday, saying that Rivieri should have been put in jail.
That officer should not only not get his job back, he should get locked up for assault.
In the end, Rivieri is hoping for justice of his own to get his job back and to take care of his wife and 3 children.
I'm sure that we all have moments in our life where we would like a do-over, and to judge a person's whole life or career on that one moment is to, well, to say the least, it's unfair.
And this is what a rat in a corner looks like. Now he's claiming that the video you watched is misleading. The old, don't believe your eyes, believe what I'm telling you. And he claims that talking to the kid's mother is supposed to somehow justify this. I don't see this as justifiable. They even take it a step further, and they appeal the decision to have him fired to a higher court. And here's how that turned out.
Fred Bielfeld fired Rivieri for not filing a police report after the incident at the Inner Harbor, but critics felt that Bielfeld was getting pressure because of the YouTube video's exposure.
In all due respect to the commissioner, I've known him for years. I have a lot of respect for him, but I think he overreacted.
Former officer Salvatore Rivieri's attorney reacts outside of Baltimore City Circuit Court after a judge denied his request to reinstate Rivieri. The 19-year veteran of the force lost his job last August because of a 2007 confrontation with a 14-year-old boy at the Inner Harbor that ended up on YouTube.
Stop calling me dude! A dude is somebody who works on a ranch.
A trial board originally found Rivieri not guilty for using excessive force, but did charge him with not filing a police report and recommended a suspension of 6 days. Commissioner Fred Bielfeld rejected that recommendation and fired Rivieri, who was only 1 year away from retirement.
That conduct and that language related to charges that the officer was found not guilty of. So to fire him for that, you're essentially firing him for something he was found not guilty of.
In the about hour-long hearing, Rivieri's union lawyer told the court that the trial board's punishment was just, but the city's attorney said not filing a police report is a major mistake and that this could have been used as a cover-up when it came to using allegedly excessive force on the 14-year-old. Rivieri's lawyer said the tape spoke for itself, that no excessive force was ever used.
Sit down! Sit down, I'm not a dude!
He needed to make sure that this juvenile, who he didn't know what he was going to do, did not use his skateboard as a weapon in any sort of way. And when he kept standing up and not obeying his command to sit down, he gave him a relatively minor push to keep him seated.
Now, guys, I'm going to show y'all what the dad has to say about this situation and the appeal, though there's no video of it. I've got the court transcripts, and Officer Rivieri did not win his appeal. The family had actually filed a lawsuit, and originally it was dismissed because it wasn't filed on time. They appealed and were given a settlement, although there's no public details in regards to that. But I'll show you what the court had to say about Officer Rivieri.
I think you say, look, if you don't listen, I'm going to have to arrest you. And if they had to, he would have to cuff him. But he doesn't have to be manhandled and put in a headlock and thrown to the ground. There was no reason for that.
Now, guys, I'll read some of what the court wrote about Officer Rivieri. It was a real long ruling, but he did not get his job back. That link will be in the description. But it says, quote, in light of Officer Rivieri's conduct, as seen on the CD of the YouTube footage, his ability to interact effectively with the citizens of Baltimore has seriously been compromised. Based upon the conduct observed in the video, I have sufficient doubts about Officer Rivieri's ability to carry out the department's mission for improved community relations. His conduct, as captured on video, has brought discredit upon and undermined the public confidence in Officer Rivieri and the Baltimore Police Department on a local, national, and even international scale. But this guy thinks there's nothing wrong with what he done. And that's why he got sued. And that's why he's no longer an officer. They never will admit the wrong. They think they can do whatever they want. Abuse kids. It's really terrible what we have working in law enforcement these days. But let me know what y'all think about this kind of stuff in the comment section. If you like me doing these videos and want to see more of them, I appreciate everybody's support. Later.